399 was a grizzly that lived here in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem, as we call it, and I live in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. My name is Rose. I am the owner and founder of the live streaming Secret Circle, where women can feel safe to practice how they appear on camera for representing their business. And I wanted to take today some time just to read a little article that I saw in JH Style to give some information about Grizzly 399 and who she was and why she was so important to us, but also to the world. This is a picture of 399. Aww. And those are the Tetons back there. So I thought, how apropos. This one is stated from celebrity to conversation icon. How Grizzly 399's legacy shapes the future of the Tetons. So this starts out with words by a woman named Kaylee Smith, and I just wanted to take some time to give you some of the information that she wrote because I feel that she wrote it very well inside of this magazine. So this says, with the grandeur of the Tetons as her daily backdrop, Grizzly 399 emerged from her wintry hibernation year after year, often with cubs in tow, to tackle yet another season in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem. Over more than 28 years in the area and 18 cubs raised to adulthood, she became a symbol of resilience. Known as the Queen of the Tetons and worldwide as one of the most famous grizzly bears to ever live, she leaves behind a legacy that is woven into the fabric of local culture through local businesses, photography, books, and tourism. Her death last year was met with a collective grief, but this celebrity bear will live on through renewed conservation efforts and the thousands of tourists, photographers, and locals who flock to see her and her cubs annually. This is very true. Our area is swelling with people at the moment. Right now, it's the end of June, yes. July and August are our highest, busiest seasons for people to come and visit in the Tetons and in Yellowstone. And last year in, I believe it was September, 399 was struck by a vehicle. It was very sad, and a lot of us were moved to tears because she was gone. We were so used to seeing her, hearing about her, knowing about her cubs, and the way that she basically ruled the Tetons. But it says 399 was more than a bear. She was an ambassador for the wild, a living symbol of coexistence between humans and the natural world. The Tetons have seen a massive uptick in tourism over the last few decades. I'd say 5 million is definitely a lot. I think it's over 5 million now, actually. Much of which has been credited single-handedly to the grizzly matriarch and her many broods. The bear jams along highways where tourists parked for a chance to witness her majestic presence became emblematic of how this one bear could draw attention to the complexities of wildlife conservation in an ever-growing landscape. 399. Rip. Love her. So just to kind of let you know, grizzlies are a main species in the greater Yellowstone ecosystem, which makes us different in our area because we are the southernmost part of the United States that gets grizzly bears. So we're pretty lucky. But we also have to be pretty safe here in town because 399 actually was known to walk through town in the middle of the night, and she was caught on cameras, and wow, the stories of the next day, right? This was when she had 2 cubs. You can see that photo of her there. Let's not show any other ads. That's 399 when she had 2 cubs. And it says, the Wyoming Game and Fish Department has been involved in the development of wildlife crossings over highways. This is one of the most important things that we do here to protect any species, not just bears. These crossings are designed to reduce the number of bear vehicle collisions, ensuring that bears like 399 and her cubs can cross roads safely. The installation of wildlife overpasses, like the one on US Highway 89 near Grand Teton National Park, has been a direct response to concerns raised by bear jams. So we're really grateful to Wyoming Game and Fish. I'll tag them here as well. So they know, we know, they're doing a great job with regards to the highways and allowing our wildlife to move through the corridors that are important to their movement. So let's see what else it says. It says also Grand Teton National Park and Yellowstone National Park, among other agencies, have used 399's story to push for responsible wildlife viewing. And they've been working together with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service on grizzly bear population monitoring, also improving bear management techniques, and enhancing recovery efforts for grizzlies in the Yellowstone region, which is really important to us because when we hear a bear is having a hard time or it went to go visit a picnic, usually the result is not going to be great with regards to what happens to the bear. But we do have to remember there are people out there that specifically manage bears, and I like to think they know what they're doing. So we'll just close it with, as many in the world mourn her passing last year, 399's legacy endures, continuing to challenge and inspire conservationists, locals, tourists, and everyone else that comes to visit this area. As the Queen of the Tetons, her story is a poignant reminder of the challenges ahead in balancing human development with wildlife preservation, ensuring that creatures like 399 and her many offspring can continue to roam unencumbered and protected in the natural landscapes that we all call home. There she is again. There she is. She caused a lot of bear jams, but we loved her so much. And we miss her so much. I did have a run-in with her once. 399. Such a babe. I did have a run-in with her once at a distance that pretty much was not a safe distance. And it was because I was riding my bicycle and I was riding at a fast clip. And all of a sudden, who came out into the road but 399 and her two cubs. So we just kind of watched each other. My first reaction was, okay, I am going to die and my mother's gonna see that I died on the 5 o'clock news. That was back in, let's say, 2009. And then my next thought was, should I put the bike over me? Will that protect me? And I thought, no, that's not gonna protect me at all. And so my third thought was, I'm just gonna have to throw this bike down and get on my stomach and put my hands behind my neck to protect all of my good stuff from my neck and my head. So that way, in case she did attack me, I would be prepared. But 399 did not attack me. We had a moment together back in 2009, and she went down off the side. Her cub stayed. I turned the bike around and started riding back in the other direction. And the rest, of course, as we say, is history. So anyway, just a little bit about 399. And if you have a story about 399, please share it with us, because the locals here really did love this bear. Not only the visitors, not only the photographers, not only the people that read about her, but the people that live here, that lived with her, that knew her intimately and her life. We still mourn the loss of this beautiful bear. Cheers for now from Jackson Hole, Wyoming, and thanks again to JH Style. Thanks again to the Game and Fish of Wyoming Wildlife Service and also U.S. Fish Wildlife Service, the author of this article, which is Kaylee Smith, and I think there was one more, right, that I wanted to mention? Oh, Grand Teton National Park and Yellowstone National Park. Thanks to all for making sure that 399 lives on in the conservation efforts that will continue in this world.